Are you ready to discover the power of reacting wisely, not emotionally? In this video, we'll be discussing the importance of reacting wisely, not emotionally, as inspired by the teachings of Buddhism. Lesson 1. Observe your emotions without judgment. The first step to reacting wisely is to observe emotions without judgment. Buddhism teaches mindfulness. Mindfulness helps to be aware of thoughts and feelings. It means watching emotions without letting them take control. Many people react immediately when they feel something strong. They act without thinking. This can cause regret and suffering. When emotions arise, take a step back. Notice them. Do not push them away or hold on to them. Just see them as they are. The mind is like a river. Thoughts and emotions flow like water. Some waves are strong, and some are calm. If you fight the waves, you will struggle. But if you watch them, you will understand their nature. Emotions are not permanent. They come and go. When anger or sadness arises, observe it. See where it comes from. Do not judge it as good or bad. Just accept that it is there. Buddhism teaches that attachment to emotions causes suffering. If you get attached to happiness, you fear losing it. If you get attached to anger, it will consume you. When emotions arise, breathe deeply. Stay present. This allows you to see emotions clearly without being controlled by them. Meditation helps to develop awareness. Sit in silence. Watch your breath. Notice thoughts coming and going. Do not chase them. Do not push them away. Just watch them. Over time, this practice will strengthen your mind. You will learn to stay calm even when emotions are strong. Emotions are like passing clouds. They are not the sky itself. The sky remains unchanged no matter how many clouds pass by. Your true nature is like the sky. Emotions will come and go, but your wisdom stays. When you learn to observe emotions, you gain freedom. You no longer react blindly. You respond with wisdom. This is the first step to inner peace. Lesson 2. Detach from ego. The ego is the cause of much suffering. The ego is the false sense of self. It is the idea of I, me, and mine. The ego makes people think they are separate from others. It creates attachment to opinions, possessions, and identity. When people react emotionally, it is often because their ego is hurt. Someone says something rude, and the ego feels attacked. Someone disagrees, and the ego feels offended. Buddhism teaches that the ego is an illusion. There is no fixed self. Everything is changing. The body changes. Thoughts change. Feelings change. There is no solid I. When you understand this, you stop taking things personally. If someone insults you, it does not harm your true nature. It only harms the ego. If someone disagrees with you, it does not take away your worth. The ego makes people react with anger and pride. But when you see beyond the ego, you remain calm. Detaching from the ego means letting go of the need to be right. It means not clinging to pride. It means not reacting out of insecurity. When someone argues, listen without ego. When someone criticizes, do not take it as an attack. See things as they are, not as the ego wants them to be. Practicing humility helps to let go of ego. Humility is knowing that you are not above or below anyone. Everyone is equal. Everyone suffers. Everyone seeks happiness. With this understanding, there is no need for pride or anger. When the ego fades, wisdom grows. You react not with emotion but with understanding. You choose peace over conflict. You choose wisdom over pride. Lesson 3. Choose compassion over anger. Anger is a powerful emotion. It can make people say and do things they regret. Buddhism teaches that anger is like holding a hot coal. It burns the one who holds it. Choosing compassion over anger brings peace. Compassion means understanding others. It means seeing their pain instead of reacting with hate. When someone is rude, it often comes from their suffering. When someone hurts others, it is because they are hurt inside. Instead of reacting with anger, respond with kindness. This does not mean allowing harm. It means not adding more suffering to the world. If someone is unkind, stay calm. If someone is unfair, choose wisdom. Compassion does not mean weakness. It means strength. It means choosing love when hate is easy. It means staying peaceful when anger is strong. Compassion brings healing. Anger brings more pain. When you react with anger, the cycle of suffering continues. When you react with compassion, the cycle ends. Meditation on loving kindness helps develop compassion. Close your eyes. Think of someone you love. Wish them happiness. Then think of someone neutral. Wish them happiness. Then think of someone who hurt you. Wish them happiness too. This practice softens the heart. It trains the mind to choose love over hate. Lesson 4. Reflect before responding. Reacting without thinking leads to regret. When emotions are strong, actions become impulsive. Buddhism teaches the importance of reflection. Before speaking, pause. Before acting, consider the consequences. A wise person thinks before responding. They do not let emotions control them. When someone says something hurtful, pause. When someone angers you, do not react instantly. Take a deep breath. Let emotions settle. Look at the situation clearly. Is it worth reacting? Will anger solve the problem? Often, silence is more powerful than words. Often, patience brings better results than aggression. Reflecting before responding brings clarity. It helps to see things from a higher perspective. It prevents unnecessary conflicts. When someone offends you, ask, will this matter in a year? Most emotional reactions are temporary. If you wait, the feeling passes. What seemed important in the moment becomes small. Developing mindfulness helps in reflection. Pay attention to thoughts. Notice impulses. Train the mind to pause. The more you practice, the easier it becomes. Wisdom comes from patience. Patience comes from reflection. Take time to respond wisely. This leads to a peaceful life. Lesson 5. Accept that you cannot control everything. Many people suffer because they try to control everything. They want others to act a certain way. They want life to go according to their plans. But life is unpredictable. People cannot be controlled. Situations change. Holding on to control creates frustration. Letting go brings freedom. Buddhism teaches acceptance. Accept that some things are beyond control. Accept that people will not always act as expected. Accept that the future is uncertain. This does not mean giving up. It means understanding reality. It means flowing with life instead of fighting it. Practicing gratitude helps in acceptance. Focus on what is good. Focus on what can be done instead of what cannot. Let go of what is out of control. Trust the flow of life. Everything changes. Everything passes. Inner peace comes from accepting this truth. Reacting wisely brings peace. Observing emotions, detaching from ego, choosing compassion, reflecting before responding, and accepting the uncontrollable are the keys to wisdom. Buddhism teaches that suffering comes from clinging to emotions. Wisdom comes from letting go. Every moment is a chance to choose peace. Every moment is a chance to react with wisdom instead of emotion. This is the path to true happiness.